Assalamu alaikum. Hello, hi everyone. How are you? This is a HTML tutorial in Codecademy platform. Last tutorial we did the HTML tables. Now we'll do the wine festival schedule project. In this project we'll do the table attributes, how we use table in HTML. So before I start, I want to mention you that all the code I will write here in this tutorial I will give you in description, so please don't forget to check the description. So now let's start. In this project I will write down in Codecademy environment, but if you do not have Codecademy environment you can write down this on online code editor jsbin.com or codepen.io. Both online code editor are free. You can start coding here. I will give you the link of this address in my description, both of this online code editor. So please don't forget to check. Here you can write down the HTML. In CodePen.io, you don't need to use the HTML tag because here by default you can use the body when you don't need to mention the body element. Just write down code and the output will come outside. So like we'll do table. So as you know, for table we have to use the opening and closing tag inside the table. If we do tr means table row, let me do a little big so it will be easy to see. In table row when we'll do tas Saturday means day. We use column as a heading, so we can use scope equal call I forgot, I think it's scope. Let's check. So another, I'll use the tr as a data. The second table row I want to add two data. Sorry, I'll use a work. Relax. How the table work, even in CSS, as we learn table td and tstd. Border 1 pixel solid ck. Use comma. See the how table border works. Even if we use font family Arial sans serif, the font family change. This way you can write down even same things. If I copy and paste in JS bin environment. In this JS bin, if I paste here, and the CSS if I copy, simple, and CSS we paste, we can see the output here. So you can practice with me. I will do in Codecademy platform, and you can either practice on JSBin or codepen.io. So let's start. In this project, it is wine festival schedule. Eh, the Aguillar family is hosting their annual wine festival, and they have asked you to build a web page for the event schedule. Use your knowledge of HTML to display table to the attendees. You can preview the final version. I can open in a link. The final version of this is like this. It has the own CSS, but you can see here they use the h1. This one also h1 tag. Then they make this table. This one has a one whole table row as a heading. Then these two also a heading. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5 rows. And here is the footer they use, the contact. So let's see. If you get stuck during this project or would like to see an experienced developer walk through it, click Get Unstuck to see project walkthrough video. If I get the link, I will give you in description. It's 10 tasks to complete. This is the HTML and it has CSS here. So in HTML, you can see the head tag has the title, Aguillar Family Wine Festival. Okay, if I use this in JSBin, they will update the title little bit later. We can see the title here. It will change. And here is some style sheet link to your. They link the style sheet in this HTML file. In the body, they use the header tag, and in the header, they use the h1 as like annual Aguillar Family Wine Festival. Then the additional div they did as a class container, and the footer they use 3h3 tag, contact, location, and privacy. So in this div class container, we'll do the table, I guess. Okay, let's see. In task 1, in index.html, inside the div element that has that attribute class with a value of container, create a new table element. So inside this div tag, because they use the div element for the CSS. So here in the CSS, we can see body header has another h1 they use separate. So when we learn CSS, that will be easy for us to understand what is element is talking about. In the table, this is the class container. They did some style. Okay, we don't need to worry about the style sheet now. Only the table we'll learn here. So inside the div element, I'll do the table, and table is not self-closing, so we have to use the forward slash on the closing tag. Inside the table, inside the table element, add a section of the table heading, use the T head. So inside the table, we'll use the table heading, T head. Inside the, and it says add 2 rows inside of it is table row element. So inside the table heading, I will add 2 row. So I'll use 2 table row. Table row starts with tr opening and closing tag. And run. So 2 done. Inside the first table row element from task 2 add the table heading element. Inside of that include the H1 with the following text. So first tier they said use the TS as a heading. So I'll use TS, and inside the table heading they said use the H1 tag. H1, and they said to write down this one festival schedule. Now I'll run it. See, they style this one like that. You can see the output. They use this two heading. One is fully covered with H1 and another is two table heading we have to create. Okay, inside the second table row from task 2 add two TS element. So the second table, this is the first table row, and the second table row will use two table heading. And I can use scope equal to call. So column as a heading. And it says time and event. So time, time. And the second heading. Oh, they mentioned me to use the h2 tag. So before the time, I'll use the h2 element. They want this time as a heading 2. The table is time event. Big it. Okay, inside the second table row from the task 2 add two table heading is time and hidden. Now task 5 it said you may notice that wine festival schedule does not stress across the entire table. Let's fix that. So this one only use the first column. So we can use the that row, we will use that column span is 2. So in this first one, if you use call span equal to, now this wine festival schedule, the first one, it will span 2 column. So when I call span 2, now it is span 2 column. Okay, we did that. Now below the closing T head tag section of table, they use the table body element. So after the table heading the end, we'll start the T body. Inside the T body, then in this output you can see they use 1 2 3 4 5 table row. So definitely I have to use the table body. Inside of the table body you can create the 5 table row. So inside the T body I'll create 5 table row. I add 5 table row. Inside each row, create two cells using the table data element. First table data is row as should have the class attribute left, and so they use two data. two data. In this table, you can see there is two column wise, so we have to use this two data, and they said that first data will use the left, second data will use the class attribute right, so that it will be helpful when we do styling the page. So it says we know that in class attribute we like to present like this: class equal with the double quotation, then the class name. So first one it says the class right, and the second one it says to do the class right. So I'll copy and paste rest of the class data. See, now this is the very thick because I do not have anything inside. That's why they used here the very thick border inside. So I did this one. Now inside the 5 is class left at the h3 element, and the time is 12:12. Okay, so I have to use this left in h3 element. H3, and I'll use time. So now let me copy this 3 variable and paste is first data of each row, and I'll change that value now to 12. It says 01, 02, 03, 04 p.m. Now the left is complete. Now we'll do the right name. Inside each of the TT element that does not have class attribute left, I'll add the h3 for the class attribute that has right. So I'll use another h3, and the information will add here. So let me copy this one. Quite easy project. Now we'll copy this information. Each of the second row, is second data that has class attribute right. I'm using h3, and I'm pasting all the information to fill up the right side of this table form. Now we have the information here. So 10, I save it. Now we are done with this table. So in this table project, for the table, first we have to add the table element, opening and closing table. Inside that table they did the table heading. So T head they use. Inside the T head they use two table heading. One is the complete table column, they use both column. That's what they use here. Table heading column is pen equal to, and the wine festival, the title of this table. Then they use the another heading, and this another table row, second table row of the T head, they use two table heading as a column. So I use the scope equal to column, and they both use the h2 heading element. First one was h1 and the second one was h2. This two has a table heading. Then next 5 row they use as for table data. So next they use the table body. Inside the body element we use that 5 table row. This one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inside the table 5 row, they separate as a two class for this. For when we use class attribute, that is helpful when we use this CSS. In this CSS, they use the left and other was maybe right inside anywhere. They don't style the right, so they leave as is. So they use this table data. Each table row there is 5 table row, and this 5 table row they use one data and two data. So inside that table, each table row I create the two table data, and they use each table rows the left. First data was class attribute left, and second data the class attribute was right. Even the right was useless. If I don't use the right, that's okay also, because they don't use any class right. So if you want to style class right, then you can use that right on your own, but they don't use any right. So I'll remove all the right. Nothing change. Style is same. And how the table is looks like. So this the project is end. So next we have done the wine festival schedule. So next lesson will be HTML form, I guess. Yeah, the form is really important. We need to learn. So this tutorial is ending now. Next tutorial we'll do this introduction to HTML form. So that's the end now. If you like my tutorial, please like, subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you. Bye bye.